Okay then, so continuing off exactly where we left off actually in the last episode, proceeding with the story here, we've just won the battles of the tournament and we're going to go ahead and rest at the inn now that we know that Vince has gone missing. But hey, we do need to get our strength up before we take part in any other action, so we're going to go ahead and speak to the person behind the counter here. We actually did speak to this one before we took part in the last set of battles, but we're going to do the same again and rest up. And I think we're going to get woken up in the middle of the night, if I remember correctly. Yep.
It's me, Rab. I need a wee word with you. Can I come in? Just you in here, eh, laddie? I was hoping to speak to your pals, too. Could you ask them to join us? It's Jade, the lassie I was fighting with in the tournament. She's missing. I've looked all over town, but she's nowhere to be found. I can't help but worry she's got herself caught up in something. Will you help an old man look for his wee friend? You're a star. With yourself and your pals here to help, I'm sure we'll find her in no time. Right. The last place anyone saw her was over by the orphanage. Let's start there, shall we?
Okay, so it seems that Jade has gone walkabouts as well. So it looks like we've got our work cut out for us at this point. So what we're going to do is exactly what we've just been told by Rab. We're going to head down here and down again. So we know where the orphanage is by now, I should think. Down on the bottom level here. And it's the building that has the save point in it, so we can kind of tell where it is by the icon on the map there. Here we go. Hey, look at that, Rab just appears next to us. And we're going to speak to the children inside, see what they've got to say for themselves. Okay, and now we're going to start by heading down here. I believe this is the right way. Yes, we've got a pink bubble here. Somebody to speak to, and it looks like there's a hole in the wall as well, interestingly enough. So a secret stairway that nobody has actually known exists. Well, maybe this is looking promising as a lead in terms of where everybody's been disappearing off to previously. So yeah, let's start heading down, shall we? This is actually going to take us into our next dungeon. Okay, the caverns under Octagonia. So as you can see, there's enemies scattered around the place. There's a few items we're going to be able to grab as well. And Rab will be joining us, as you can see here. At the moment, he's going to be joining us as a guest, so we won't be able to take direct control over him. But he will be able to heal us if we start to lose a little bit of health. And as you can see, we've got our party members back in action as well now that the tournament has finished. Right, one thing to mention, I'll enter battle here, although it's unlikely, is that you can actually get metal slimes to appear in the fight. So if you see a metal slime, do everything you can to kill it. And the reason for that is that they're going to give you a ton of experience. Problem is you're only going to do about 1 point of damage to them unless you critical strike. The good news is that they don't have all that much health. But just hit them with everything you've got, and hopefully you'll get a crit off, especially if you can get a pet power, something, a pet power, sorry, not a pet power, to increase your crit rating. Then hopefully you'll be able to go ahead and kill them for the lovely experience, which I recommend because there is quite a tough boss coming up at the end of this particular dungeon. So let's just go ahead, send everybody here to fight wisely. We'll get through battles faster then. And yeah, there are a few new enemies around here, but I don't think there's anything all that challenging. So hopefully you won't have too much trouble, and you will be coming in nicely healed anyway. I mean, we've stayed at the inn about 10 times since, haven't we? But as you can see, they do like to cast silence as well. And I don't know whether it's coincidence or if they've purposefully targeted my magic users, which is really annoying. But alas, both Veronica and Serena are unable to cast spells at the moment. Hey, there he is, look, hiding at the back there. So the Dracolites were the enemy we were fighting then. Don't think we fought any of those before. So once we've come down from the entrance area here, we're going to start by heading over to the right. You can see there's a bunch of spider webs, but more importantly, on the other side of them, we can get through them. Look, it's a sparkly point, so we'll go ahead and pick that up. Right, next up, we're going to go... Oh, we can actually destroy the spider web, look. It's interesting. We're going to start by, well, after that point anyway, heading west. And there's nothing in this particular area that I know of. So we're going to just start by going north at this point. Okay. And then we're going to head over to the east once more. So the spider webs does slow us down a little bit, but at least we only have to pass through them once, because then we do kind of get rid of them. And as you can see, there's a sparkly over here as well. And if we can get through to it, then that too has some silver ore. So we can just go back the same way that we came, or we can drop down. It's entirely up to you. It looks like going back the way we came will be a little bit faster though. Okay, I'm going to go down now to the bit with the fork in the road, which you can see is a little bit further south. Try and avoid the enemies for purposes of not having to edit out the video. Okay, and what you can see here are some metal things on the floor. And these are enemies, but they're enemies that actually have a high chance of spawning those metal slimes I was telling you about. Well, when I say high chance, what I mean is a higher chance than as they would normally appear. Which is worth, you know, the risk of actually battling them, to be honest with you. Yeah, they might not have them, and you're just going to end up wasting time. Well, wasting time, I mean, you're getting experience and stuff. But, ooh, look at that level up. But it is worth it, as I say, because of the chance of getting those metal slimes. So we'll go ahead and have a look at these others. Come on. Right, no metal slimes for me, unfortunately. But speaking of the metal slimes, we're going to make our way down the western path. And I'm not going to aggro those just yet, because there's actually a useful treasure chest here at the end of this path. It contains an assassin's dagger. So this is actually a really useful dagger for what's-his-face. For Eric. Not only does it have a huge attack on it, look, compared to what we've been using, but it actually has a chance of causing instant death, and it can even work against those metal slimes. So I do recommend equipping this if at all possible. If you're able to dual wield as well, by the way, then that makes Eric really good at going for those metal slimes. I'm not at the moment, unfortunately. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Oh, these trolls can be a little bit of a pain. Oh, I don't think these are the trolls I was thinking of. These are toxic zombies. Still nasty. But there is a troll you can encounter in this dungeon, which has over 500 health. So it isn't these. But, yeah, they can take a bit of a beating, so just be prepared to take those on if you come across any. Back at the previous intersection then, we're going to head under this rock here. So this is to the right of those two paths, of course, or the right of those paths. And then we're going to start by heading up to the north. So we're going to make our way through the web. So you can see there's a chest over there. And that one just contains some gold for us. So worth grabbing. Quite a lot actually, 1,000, not too shabby. And I'm just going to try and avoid these enemies if I can. And we're going to go through here, this second set of webbing, in order to grab a sparkly. This one containing some silver ore. Right, after that then, we're going to start, well, continue on. Oh, that was close. Going through this southern exit this time. And we're just going to follow the path. It is fairly straight, or fairly linear rather, at this point. Try and get some more of these metal slimes if we can. Well, I say more, haven't encountered any yet. Hey, still no slimes. Okay, well, we're going to head over to the next section here. And we're going to head up north. We can see there's still a little bit of a grey section up here that we haven't explored, even though we, you know, approached this area from the other side previously. And now we're going to head over to the left-hand side to start with. And there's a couple of chests we can grab from this area, so it is worth it. Well, there's certainly something sparkly, a nice mineral. That's one thing. So we'll pick that up. Oh, some silver ore. Okay. And now we'll just check over in some of these other places. I'm not going to bother with the rest of those for the time being. Ah, there's the troll thing I was talking about. So yeah, just be a little bit cautious about those, okay? By all means, you know, fight them. But just remember they've got a lot of health, so I haven't got a lot of MP at the moment. We'll need to recover at some point before I go into the battle there with those. Okay, so mini medal, not too shabby. Worth getting. Okay, so now we're going to head south once more. Try and avoid that guy if we can help it. And let me just check on the map. So we're going to start obviously now by heading over to the eastern path, since we haven't been down there as of yet. And somewhere around here there should be another sparkly for us. Yeah, I can see it over in the corner. Another one of those big troll guys as well. Fortunately, as far as I'm aware, there's nowhere to recover and save in this place. So once we've grabbed the treasures, I'm probably going to take a detour back to the previous area. To the previous town even, is what I mean, in order to rest up and whatnot, and then we can just come and, you know, focus straight on going to the boss, or grinding, or whatever it is that we want to do. So hopefully it'll be worth it. Okay, we're going to continue heading south at this point. Hey, trying to avoid those as well. Ah! Those webs, man. Those webs. They still following us? Yes, they are. Go away. Wow, they're relentless, those guys, aren't they? Utterly relentless. So we're going to head into the next area anyway. I believe there's a seed of skill somewhere around here. Trying to avoid this fella. Is that going to be possible, or is he just going to guard the way there? He's not going anywhere, is he, this big guy? He's not going anywhere at all. But I'm going to heal up. But I can't believe I've actually got no way of healing up, which is really annoying. So I'm going to have to enter battle with this fella. Since Fuzz, it's actually my mana and my MP that's the problem. Since Fuzz is quite a, you know, hefty damage dealer, and he's got no MP at the moment, I've actually equipped him with the supplement accessory. So that should boost up his MP throughout the battle, giving him the option to cast at least 1 or 2 spells perhaps by the end. So we're just going to start by using normal attacks with Fuzz, since that's pretty much all he's going to be able to do. Then maybe later we'll be able to cast something, although that MP gain is slow. 1 MP per turn. Crikey, this guy hits hard. Yeah, definitely want to heal up at some point. I can't have Veronica getting killed, actually, because I've used my only Yggdrasil leaf on resurrecting her previously. At 70 plus points of damage, though. Yeah, you lick your weapon. That's all you're going to do. I'm happy with that. Oh, he's down. He's down. Okay. He went down a little bit quicker than I expected. Ah, 462 experience isn't too shabby. Right, so just checking around for the place. Right, there's the sparkle that we saw earlier. A chunk of silver ore. Okay, just continue up. Oh, some new enemies there, I think. We'll leave those, though, for now. Question is, will they leave us? Possibly not. Nope. So I had to stop then to make sure I was actually recording commentary. Onwards we go then. Another troll there, which I'm going to try and avoid. Right, there's 2 treasure chests here. Okay, so the first one contains an item, as you'd expect. The second one contains a really tough enemy, a mimic, called a KUNI box. Now, if we defeat it, we'll get a seed of skill. The problem is it actually has an instant death attack. But what the heck, let's go for it. We've got this far. So we may as well try for it. We're just going to try and hit it with a load of damage if we can. And hopefully that'll be enough to get us through this fight. But we'll see what happens here. Yeah, look at that. 145 points of damage. And Veronica has been destroyed. Utterly obliterated. So getting a game over at this point isn't fun. Maybe I shouldn't have rushed to come into this battle. But we'll see how we get on here. So I'm going to go ahead and just attack. The fact that Veronica's dead is obviously a bad thing. Oh, goodness me. I had no idea that that dude could bring her back. Wow, that's awesome. I'm happy about that. So maybe we'll have a chance of getting through this fight. So we just need to hit for a lot of damage, I think. Can't do much of anything with Fuzz. No, unfortunately not quite yet. Still building up his MP. Mind you, 136 points of damage. I'll take that. Definitely take that.
Not bad at all.
Right, fuzz levels up. Very nice. Don't forget, guys, make sure you're prioritising Sylvando's hustle dance. So the Cedar skill that we're going to get here, there we go. Might want to be put to use in that sense. But I'm not going to worry about that right now because it's still quite a long way off. So, okay, let's head south once more. And don't forget, guys, when you want to head back to town, you can just use the evac spell. Over here. And under here we go. Right, no doubt it's going to be a chest or sparkly or something around here. Yes, another chest. Right, this one's quite a useful one. Containing an Yggdrasil leaf, which will bring a dead party member back to life if you use it on them. Although we have got this dude as well, helping us with that. And there's one more chest to grab. Over to the west. So let's head back. Under here. And I'm not going to be passing over into the next area just yet. So we'll climb up. Where is it? I do not want to activate the cutscene if we can help it. Oh, there's the chest. Right, so we've pretty much cleared out this area now. Okay, so we are ready to proceed, at least in terms of, you know, clearing out the area, onto the next boss. But I do want to go back, save my game, and heal up, and then maybe spend a little bit of time here farming as well. So I'm going to cut the video at this point. I'm not going to finish. We'll come back in a moment from your point of view, but from my point of view, I'm going to go and take a break. I recommend maybe you do the same as well, just to prepare for the tough challenge that lies ahead.